So let's talk about passion projects, why you need them, how they can help you, and how they can continue to fuel your creativity. Let's jump into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you're new here, my name is Jonathan Moore. I have a visual media company. I'm a creative entrepreneur, and I like to make videos like these for other creatives out there who are trying to build a life on their terms so they can get it how they live. So let's talk about passion projects, why you need them, how they can continue to fuel your creativity and keep pushing you forward. Because let's face it, when you're somebody like myself, okay, I have a visual media company. So if you're a videographer, you're a photographer, and this is what you do, this is how you make a living, okay? It becomes a little bit different, right? Before, you used to like to take your camera out, take pictures or do videos because it was fun. You maybe did it for friends. You like to experiment. You want to film yourself, whatever the case may be. But as time goes on and it becomes a profession, then all of a sudden it gets a little bit tightening, right? Because you kind of lose the creative control that you would have over a complete project, right? Because you're doing it for a client. So of course you're going to introduce your own little flair, right? But at the same time, they want a certain feel, they want a certain look, and it might not be something that you would do, but at the same time, you know, this is how you live, this is how you pay the bills. So the thing about passion projects is that they are often, sometimes I like to say, is what your bigger picture is, right? A lot of times when you go into the business, all right, whether it's photography or videography, you have your own idea of the kind of content and, you know, the products that you would like to produce, right? But when you work with clients, that doesn't always happen, right? And so these passion projects can, you know, they're, like I said, they're the bigger picture because it's like your idea of what you would be doing if you could do exactly what it is that you wanted to do. Now, if you're at that level where you're doing that, that's great. But a lot of times, a lot of us aren't at that level. And so we need some type of side project to, you know, keep us engaged and keep us wanting to get better and wanting to do more. And with that being said, as of recently, the side passion project that I've been working on is a podcast. Now, it's nothing crazy. I know there's 1,000,001 podcasts out there. And the thing is I don't expect a lot to happen from this podcast, right? But I wanted to test out a particular type of setup, right? So I have two co-hosts. Now I'm producing the show, so I'm filming it and, you know, doing the sound and everything else. But I also kind of act as a co-host every once in a while, maybe on camera, maybe not. As you can see, I'm playing some of the B-roll on top of this footage right now. But what I'm going for here is a different type of visual look, right? I'm trying to have the two co-hosts that are kind of contrasting, right? You have the female co-host, you have the male co-host, and we're basically just talking about general topics, right? General news, celebrity junk gossip or junk media or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes we have a little bit deeper interactions depending on what the topic is all about. But essentially, this is it. This is the simple breakdown. So bringing this to a close, it's important to have your own type of passion projects because what it allows you to do is, first of all, it allows you to have complete creative control over how you want the project to look, how you want it to feel. You're not taking orders or input from a client that, you know, you have to satisfy their needs, but you have complete 100% creative control. Another great thing is that it gives you more opportunity to practice and skill your or hone in on your skills, right? You get to use your equipment more. You get to try different types of lighting and different type of, you know, experimental setups, right? And you have the flexibility, you have the breathing room to do that because it's your thing, right? So whether it goes right or whether it goes wrong for you, mainly it's a learning, you know, lesson, right? If something doesn't go the way that you want it to go, you learn for the next time, as opposed to, you know, experimenting on somebody's, you know, or a client's product, you know, that they're paying you, you know, maybe thousands of dollars to do. And one of the last things that it does is it allows you to have more ideas, right? It gets the creative juices going. You know, you're like, hey, what if I try this with that? And what if I mix this like that? And, you know, it gives you a way to continue to practice, to get more ideas so that you can continue to put your own personal unique spin on your work, right? And that's going to be whether you're doing it for yourself or whether you're doing it for your clients, because as a creative, as a photographer or a videographer, graphic designer, right? As somebody who likes to create, right? you like to kind of put your own little stamp, your own little signature on your work. So this way people can recognize that it was your work. And, if not, sometimes you got to do some plain bland vanilla stuff, and that just comes with the territory. But whenever you have a chance to put your own little creative twist, your own preset, your own look, your own LUT on that work, it's even better. So hopefully you guys are out there and you are working on your own personal passion projects, kind of keep the juices going, keeping you inspired, keeping you moving forward and trying to attain the goals and, hopefully avoiding burnout, right? Because that comes with the territory as well. But hopefully you guys are out there and you're working on something that's just for you. And with all of that being said, that's going to be the end of today's video. So hopefully that was helpful, useful, informative, entertaining in any type of capacity. And if so, please give me a like, drop me a comment, let me know where you're at right now on your creative journey. And for all my creatives out there, okay, who are trying to build a life on their terms and get it how they live, this is your man, Jonathan Moore, and I'm signing out. Peace.